Looks like we're back, and we're doing another Yu-Gi-Oh! Solo story chapter. It's been quite some time, so I'm glad nothing happened in between, because I was super freaking busy. Let's see, we got the Terminal World, and then we got some tactical tri-deck. I think I've looked at this a little bit, but I didn't actually care. I think what this is basically just like they teach you the deck. Yeah, learn the ins and outs, and then you play the deck. But you don't get the deck, which is like, okay, you get this, you get an emblem. Lazy tokens is what I'm gonna call them. The lazy tokens are never really worth it, these legacy. That's cool. I got the elixir, but these really aren't that worth it. They need to really do something else with that, because let's see, we've seen the story for this, we didn't see the story for this or this. Like, why? Oh well, whatever. We are going back into the Terminal World, it looks like, and we're doing the Creatures of Naturia for Forest. I love this card. I don't remember what it does. I think it was something about negating continuous spells or something like that. I don't know. I might be wrong. I didn't play the deck, but I loved this card. It was so good. Alright, so I remember they dealt with counters of some sort. The Creatures of Naturia Forest. On this planet, there is a woodland stretching out far over the horizon, Naturia Forest. It is vast, fertile region called home to bugs, plants, stones, and other creatures given life by the earth itself. There are no wars here, and rarely are there any disturbances, save for the occasional human wandering in. The forest's inhabitants are peacefully in nature and always try to avoid conflict. The Naturia have reshaped the vegetation to block passage through the forest, and rock Naturia have closed off the dangerous cliffs and holes to create a path. In order to lead the wandering humans away from the heart of the forest and prevent them from going deeper into the forest. Now and again, when an innocent child strays into the Naturia, themselves will appear to guide the way back home. Oh, that's sweet. However, not all who stray into the forest are pure in their intentions. Some scoundrels are scheming to steal away a part of the forest keeper's body. It is said the power within it will raise a man's strength unto that of a god. I might do a video on that up on the top right earlier. It is said to be an ingredient for a miracle elixir that grants eternal life and cures all disease. It is said that the sum it would fetch would be too great to spend even in 3 lifetimes. Having placed their faith in these dubious whisperings, they have trespassed deep into the forest. The inhabitants of the forest show no mercy to intruders with such ignoble aims. Even the non-violent Naturia have their ways of roughing up intruders and encouraging them to go back whence they came. That said, the Naturia do not wish to maim or kill anybody. For instance, the patched intruders reached out to take a bite of Naturia's strawberry, but hidden in the fruit's shadow is the prick of Naturia Hornmeagle. The intruders fled in surprise, only to be caught in the web of Naturia's spiderfin. Dangling helplessly, they then receive a tackle from Naturia bamboo shoot. How the intruder fled with all their might, rubbing their bruises and licking their wounds. Many of the Naturia are small in stature and equally slight in their strength, but by cooperating as neighbors, they help each other to protect the forest from their enemies. Things continued in this manner for hundreds upon thousands of years, and the forest blessed with abundance and united in peace. However, eventually a new menace appeared that threatened their very way of life. These invaders from outer space are known as worms. Yep. The forest has got to fight back against the alien scum. Alright, let's figure out how these Naturia work. I remember them having like Naturia counters, or maybe that was the Sylvan. I don't fully remember that. It might have been the Sylvan. Alright. Offsetting their low attack and defense, many Naturia monsters have effects to deal with the opponent's actions. Though there's a limit to how much a single card can handle, you can make yourself a solid setup by deploying several monsters. Use effects like those of Naturia Mole Cricket to enable fusion and synchro summons that will get you that much closer to victory. Okay. That didn't really help. You can send one Naturia card from your deck to your hand graveyard. Naturia's Blessing. Okay, I'm guessing we're summoning this first. And then send Naturia Sacred Tree activate. Yep. Add Naturia Mole Cricket to your deck. Okay, so this is a mill deck of some sort. Maybe? I might be jumping the gun. Okay. Activate. It'll, I'm guessing, special summon. Yep. And then synchro. What? When your opponent normal summons sets a monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. Okay. Okay, now I should be able to synchro into, I'm assuming, oh, no. Barcon. Use special summon and Naturia graveyard. Activate the effect special summon Mole Cricket. Okay. Special summon. Use that to get. Alright, let's see. When a spell is activated, you can send the top 2 cards of your deck to the graveyard negative. You destroy it on the field to activate and to resolve this effect. It's not a once per turn. That's what made it so good. Just sat there negating cards by milling, and most of the decks that were in it really wanted it. Doesn't really matter. Archeon. Mill. Interesting. Okay. So they just focus on getting their synchros out. That makes sense, I guess. It's nothing to it, really. Okay, that's cool. Alrighty, so let's see what they end up giving us, though. Well, that's kind of cute and also kind of horrifying at the same time. Ooh, That's actually pretty neat. An icon frame, though. Then, of course, the 200. Alrighty. Naturia, let's see what you got. You're making battle armies. With the arrival of the worms, the era of peace in Naturia Forest was ruptured at last. At first, they seemed to be no more than a minor curiosity, like others that appear in the forest from time to time. And so they were dealt with the same way as any other interlopers. But it was futile, for the worms do not cease. On the contrary, their numbers grew by the day. The entire forest will be overrun if things continue like this. A number of the Naturia stood up, vowing to take down the worms and protect the forest. These were the keepers and the most powerful beings in Naturia Forest. As days went by, the fierceness of the conflict only increased. In occasional moments of respite, Naturia Leodrake looked back fondly on the time of peace that was now but a memory. It seemed he had been fighting almost non-stop. He couldn't remember the last time he had laid down to sleep. Such is the strength of Leodrake, relentless fangs and ravaging claws, that even the worms prove no match. Is that a turtle? But their numbers are overwhelming, and their assault keeps coming one after another. The ever-dependable Naturia Beast and Naturia Barkion, and even the usual static Naturia Landois have been called into action again and again. Leodrake had hardly a moment's rest before he had heard the wing beats of an approaching Naturia Hornneedle swarm. They had come with a message. A great host of worms was on the way. Noticing the unrest among the trees, Leodrake braced himself for the combat. You know what? Leodrake kind of looks stupid. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know what it is about him. I don't know. The previous series of battles had taken a toll, chipping away at his strength. Nevertheless, Leodrake will fight on. The forest must be protected. This place where we live in peace must be preserved. The lion of the Naturia rouses himself, letting out a louder roar than ever. Then he charges straight into a horde of worms, laying waste to all his path. Well, that's nice. He's really fighting. Too bad we don't know if they actually took him out. Not yet, anyways. The next thing they've got to do is the worms, because I think that's the last thing left, and I have not played them before. At least one time. I don't care. What is this? Oh, this must be a combination of all of them. And then Naturia Exterio. That's interesting, I guess. Well, what an interesting story. Hopefully they finish it off with playing as the worms or something like that, because I don't know much on the worms. I just know that people did not like playing against them. But it is good to be recording again, so that's good. So if you liked the video, thanks for watching. Leave a like. If you have a comment, leave a comment. Other than that, thanks for watching. Have a good day, night, evening. Either one's fine.